Now then, people, good afternoon and welcome back to the Just Joe football show. Hope you're all doing well. How many of us have had your acca fucked up by Malgebra? How many at Cheltenham? Because I have. I had a treble on Malgebra, Constitutional, and the winner of the first one. And yeah, he felt, well, he fecked up the last fence, didn't he? Yeah, few years. Me too. Wanker. Always happens, doesn't it? Yeah, it was a banker, that. That's what it was a banker. What a wanker. Oi, oi, Mr. Dodo. Danny Talks Sport. Big up to Sly. Not quite first, mate. Third. Can't watch the others. It makes me more nervous than I am. We'll be there. We'll be watching them tonight, folks. I might be a little bit late. As you know, I'm taking my daughter to footy training on a Tuesday. She finishes at 7. I'll probably get there just before kickoff. So if I'm a little bit late, you know why. And if anyone's here, let them know in the chat why I might be a little bit late. Bring him home, yeah. We'll talk about Kalvin. There's been a piece done. Listen, you know me, I've been convinced for a long time that he's coming back regardless, so we'll wait and see. 240, I've got an each-way bet on Melina Girl, and I've also got an each-way Acker Broadway Boy, the first leg of it. So let's see, let's see. I think we're starting to pay for January transfer in action. Been talking about this, all this talk about a super bench, but Ramazani and Joseph, amongst others, deliver nothing as subs. No clear 9 and 10 is once again hurting 100%. Big up Elite Warfare. Few years had Malgebra. Nota Phillips, he's past his best. We can do better. No, we can't and won't. And he's not past his best. Just misses home. Missed the final word last night, but my God, people need to chill out. Unbeaten for 18 and slipped up. Now we're done for madness. I mean that. Mr. Dodo, you need to help me. Is it official that KP is back? We'll get into it. The Just Joe Cheltenham watch along, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. So let's cheer them on. Shall we cheer them on? Melina Girl at 14-1. I had an each way on that. So they won't do a win and each way double. So like I wanted Constitution Hill and this, but Broadway Boy as well. Broadway Boy. So I think they're playing 5 places at Coral where I go, but we'll see. Are we also re-signing Lorente? No, I'm good, Leeds. I hope you are too. Kalvin is gone, mate. Too many years away from home. Nah, he's on his way back. Nige, he's better than all we've got. He is. Okay, I mean, I think he does. Does he not? We'll have a look how many games he's played. We'll see how many games he's played this season. 13 starts, bleak. Phillips is on his last legs. I genuinely don't see it. I think he could make a triumphant return. I think he'd be willing to take a wage cut. Apparently we can get him for 20 million. Yeah, Jamie, I've just checked. He doesn't, mate. No. Please, I love Kalvin too, but he is not good enough. He is, man. What are we talking about? Yeah, wouldn't begrudge Kalvin back. Prem quality we need if he can stay fit, 100%. Phillips is better than all our midfielders. People don't want to hear it, but it's fact. I changed it last minute. I don't know why I put 4:30. I disagree, George, and I will sing this till the cows come home. But we'll get into that. He's shite. Give over Graham, man. Rewriting history. Kalvin Phillips is not shite. Kalvin Phillips has won the treble. Kalvin Phillips walks into this side. Why would Phillips play in the Championship next year? No way to Phillips. He can't stay fit at all. I would take him back. But let's talk about tonight's games first and foremost. Burnley versus West Brom kicks us off at 7:45. Such a sentimental signing. Maybe, I'm a sentimental guy, but he's also top notch. England's best player went to Man City, won the treble. I know he didn't play much. Had a bit of a nightmare at West Ham. He's a Yorkshire boy. Would have come to Leeds last season. Jared, he is. Kalvin's better than our midfield. I believe that. Do you not remember what he did? Do you not remember Kalvin? Come on. Jamie, I love that. If we get him, his wages shouldn't be steep. Yeah, no, he will take a pay cut, I'd imagine, anyway. We'll wait and see, though, won't we? But yeah, look, what is everyone's thoughts ahead of Burnley? Well, let's have a look at a preview and have a little bit of a chat about it. Obviously, Burnley battered Luton 4-0 last time out. And West Brom, after drawing at Ellen Road, went and got a 1-0 win over Queen's Park Rangers. So both in decent form. Obviously, Burnley did batter Luton, but there was a red card in that game. But I still think they would have won. Goals from Foster, Brownhill and Ashley Barnes, a January signing. Netting his championship goal, of his only championship goal of the season. They're not obviously as prolific as Leeds United, Burnley, but they are starting to get close to it, and we know how great they are defensively. 26 clean sheets from 36 games. First goal so important in this one. I'll take a 0-0. I'll watch a boring 0-0. Yeah. James Trafford's unbelievable. Premier League Big Six clubs will come in for him, no doubt. Of them 26 clean sheets, seven of those have come in the last 7 matches at Turf Moor. 7 of those have come in the last 7 matches, so they haven't conceded a goal at Turf Moor for 7 games in the league. They are yet to concede a league goal this year. And they are the only team this season with their unbeaten home record still intact. Doesn't fill you with confidence, does it? But West Brom are not a bad side. We saw that firsthand. West Brom will have a go. They will have a go. Darnell Furlong will be missing. He got a red card last time out against QPR. So he'll be missing, the guy who scored against Leeds United. They've got Adam Armstrong as well. He knows where the back of the net is. They are also in the playoffs. It's a big game for them as well. You know, I think they've got 2 points on Bristol City, who coincidentally also play Sheffield United. So these are teams that are fighting for something, which is important to remember. They're on a 4-game unbeaten run, West Brom. But their away record is pretty bleak because they've failed to win in any of their last 11 on the road since defeating Hull in November. So I don't think we can hope for a win. It would be a shock. However, not since February 2000 have West Brom endured a longer away winless run. So maybe they're due one. But I think it's probably the most difficult. Well, it is statistically the most difficult place to go in the league now. They have not lost at Turf Moor. And they're now without a winning 6 against Burnley. And the previous fixture was 0-0. So I think the best we can hope for is 0-0. Would I take it? 100%. I'd take it in a heartbeat, Burnley to draw 0-0 at home. It'll be a terrible watch. But if they got a point, it'll put them on 75. Obviously, if they get all 3, they go above Leeds United. So let's hope for a point there. Which moves us on to Sheffield United versus Bristol City. Both playing well at the minute, both sides. Obviously, Sheffield United are level on points with us now. You know, Bristol City only 2 points behind West Brom. If, obviously, Sheffield United win, it'll be their 3rd straight championship victory after we beat them, and it will put them top of the table. They had that 2-point deduction. They've won more league games than us. You know, they're on 76 points after 36 games, 24 wins, and have only lost 6. 9 of those wins as well have come in the last 11 games since January. Since you could argue new signings coming in. They've had losses to Hull and Leeds, both at home. So maybe we can take a bit of confidence from that. But since that loss, as I say, they've beaten Queen's Park Rangers 2-1. And then obviously they beat Preston North End on Saturday 1-0. They're only behind us on goal difference as well. It's massive goal difference. Don't get me wrong. Massive goal difference. But they'll be hoping for a win to give them confidence going into what is a massive game at the weekend on the Steel City Derby on Sunday. We can't get away from that either. That's something that Wilder will have in the back of his mind. Bristol City won't be easy, though. Won't be easy. They've had a good season, to be honest. I think the last time they lost was in February. Yeah, last against Swansea. They've had 3 victories and 2 draws since that in 5 games, so no losses in 5. And they've beat Middlesbrough and Millwall back-to-back, which is decent. So they're only 2 points behind West Brom, so there's a lot riding on it. You know, if they can get back to winning ways against back to winning ways at Bramall Lane, they could climb into the playoffs if West Brom failed to beat Burnley. Sheffield United have Broadway boy, where we're at. One sec, Pope. Sorry. Melina Girl and Broadway boy. Sorry about this, it's not great. No, he didn't win, mate. It's still going. Broadway boy's being pulled up. Where's Melina Girl at? Melina Girl's trying to get into it. All I can hope for is Melina Girl. Melina Girl's in 5th. Come on, Melina Girl. Go on! Nah. Did it get top 5? Oh, it came third. Third. I'll take it. I'll take it. Quarter at odds. What's that? 14. What's a quarter of 14? What's a quarter of 14? 3.5? 250? Been 12.50 back or something. Oh God. No, it's not. No. I'll get on it. 350. 350. 3.5, 250 on it. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Sheffield United. To be honest, I'm less confident against Sheffield. I think Sheffield United will beat Bristol City. Won't be easy, but if they do win, it'll be tight. 1-0. 1-0. Each way is boring. Not when it's at 14-1, mate, going off and a field of about 90 horses. It's not too bad. Right, let's get into the story on Kalvin then. See what's being said. Get your score predictions in for tonight as well. I want to know West Brom and I want to know the Bristol City Sheffield United one. So 3 hurdles to clear as Leeds' chance of re-signing Kalvin Phillips catapult towards reality. Leeds United are very much on course to bring Kalvin Phillips back to Ellen Road this summer. Sources have confirmed with the player's stance on a move and the obstacles needed to clear for his return all coming to light. Right, let's go back to the article. Hometown hero Phillips departed West Yorkshire. Obviously went to Man City, didn't work out, fitness, form, injuries. Now with Leeds pushing hard for a return back to the Premier League, though their lead at the summit has been reduced to goal difference, only after just taking a point from their last 2 games, plans are afoot to add to their squad should they return to the Promised Land. Indeed, it will be a big summer at Ellen Road. If they are promoted, and sources have confirmed they have a verbal agreement lined up to bring Phillips back to Ellen Road. He was sent on loan to Ipswich this season, but the Tractor Boys do not look likely to make the deal permanent, regardless of whether they can somehow survive in the Premier League, with a return to Phillips' boyhood club on the cards instead. We understand that Leeds have been keen on bringing him back in 12 months now, and also completed the deal last year. Indeed, the England international was at the playoff final and was lined up for a return that summer had they managed to secure victory and get promoted. But when they lost the game to Southampton and had to accept they would remain in the second tier of English football for another year, their hopes of re-signing the 29-year-old were also brought to an end. Yeah. But with City still open to parting ways and his exit greenlit by Pep, a season loan to Portman Road was lined up instead. Now, though, we can reveal a verbal agreement has been reached between Phillips and Leeds to return, while City themselves are also aware of the interest. Any deal, though, will likely be subject to Leeds once again securing promotion, as well as the 2 clubs agreeing on a fee. We understand, though, City will not stand in his way, and a £20 million offer will be enough for them to accept. Thirdly, Phillips would also need to agree on a reduction in wages, though it is unlikely to be an issue either, with the player eager to return to his roots. There you go. I believe, and have done for a while, that if we got promoted last season or this, Kalvin will come back. I don't mind the move personally. Call me sentiment, call me, I don't know, whatever you want to call me, but Kalvin needs to come home. We will see the Kalvin that we saw before, but at Leeds United. He's a home bird. He's a home bird. He wants to come home. He wants to play football for his hometown club. So he should. Because he's a legend. Gareth, why don't you want him back? Why don't you want him back? Why doesn't he start, Luke? Sentiment. Why doesn't he start? I was told he wouldn't get an over Gruev last season, and then this season, poor. Yeah, Jamie, that is true. Maybe there is something in that, and we'll see, won't we? I think Farker would take Kalvin, yeah. Kalvin's a bit of a beast at the base of the midfield. Can spray a ball left and right. He's done it. He's done it as a single pivot. I believe he can play in a double pivot. We saw it for England. He got England's Player of the Year. He's just had a bad time, genuinely. He's just had a bad time. Paul, he wasn't only good under Bielsa because he got to the final of the Euros for England under Gareth Southgate. He's had a bad time of it. His manager, Pep, has been calling him all sorts, or did. Probably made him feel this big. Then he went to West Ham and it went bad, man. He's not a London boy, is he? He told one at fans to feck off. And he's been at Ipswich. Bring him home. Bring him home. I personally would take him back in a heartbeat. That's where my head's at with it. So yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. And I think if he was to return, it would be a success. I do think it'd be a success. Oliver says, ignore the previous connection. Is the type of Premier League experience we'll be looking at? Likely, yeah. Cheap. He's cheap. He loves the club. I know that's a bit corny and that. He gets it. But trust me, you would see a different Kalvin Phillips playing in front of 40,000 Leeds fans, pulling on the white shirt again, back home with his young family, away from Manchester and all that vibe. Bring him home. Kalvin is not a bad player, man. And even if he has injury issues, we need a bigger squad anyway, Luke. We need a bigger squad. Michael, we couldn't have afforded him, man. You've got to take all that into consideration. No. Yeah, I do think he would. I think he would, yeah. I think he would take a pay cut, yeah. For sure. I think he would. Well, we'll see, won't we? More will be revealed, no doubt. He left on good terms, yeah. And I think he will be part of a great midfield. The only sad thing, he wanted to go to City. Why? Well, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? He's telling me you won't go play for Pep Guardiola. Like, why wouldn't you? People say it's Sentiment FC. Michael, I am that guy. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. Because it's in there. It's in there. It's not fleeting. I don't come and go. It's in there. So, and Kalvin's a Leeds. Listen, you know, I'm an emotional guy. I love all that shit. So it might be sentiment. I don't mind it. Same was said about the likes of Bill and Cooper and all that sort of shit. I still back them. We could do with some experience like them when we're getting bossed all over the fucking show. I think Kalvin would add something to our midfield, definitely. Imagine him and Ampadu, Tanaka. You know? People tell me, that, what does Gruev do? Get him out, start Rothwell, but then don't want Kalvin. I don't know. Each to their own, innit? Why go to City when he said he was a Leeds boy? Bro, he got given a 6-year deal on about 150 grand a week. Do you think we could have afforded him? He just got to a final with England. Man United won him. He didn't go there. Come on now. Be realistic. Someone's going to give you a 6-year deal on 150 grand a week. So what? Go. I don't begrudge him that. We got money for him. We invested it. Shit. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Dodo. You can't... he's sports lead, so he'll stay there for the rest of his life. It's not the way the cookie crumbles. That's sentiment. Well, only time will tell if the scars are too deep, Michael. Maybe we take him on a year loan with a view to a perm. I'm not too sure. But I'd be all over the move. And if he came, the people that say sentiment and all that jazz, that's fine. But they'll be singing his praises when he absolutely bosses it. because he would still boss it, in my opinion. But again, football is about opinions, and everyone's entitled to them. So it is what it is. All love. All love. But that's just my thoughts on it. We'll wait and see if it transpires. But it's now 3 o'clock. I'm going to go collect me £7.50 and put it on the next one. And I'll see you tonight. I will be a little bit late. I will be a little bit late, depending on when I get back from my daughter's football. But yeah, I'm going to set the watch along up now. So join me for that. Thanks, as always, for watching the show. Jam-packed few days. 2 games to cover tonight. Preview out in the morning, plus the game tomorrow night as well, of course. So yeah, I'm going to go do that. Peace up anyway. Thanks for watching. Smash me a like on the video, and I'll see you on the flip. Bye-bye, man. Peace.